in last night's game between the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors, did you have a chance to see what they did? To start it off.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I did not.
All right, so in last night's game, and this game literally started with a James Harden 3, okay? First shot of the game for Houston, three-point attempt by Harden. He makes it. Well, they went on to make another 13 threes in the first half, so 14 three-pointers in the first half. And I believe, that ties an NBA record. They also dished out, for the game, they had 23 threes, 35 assists on 46 field goals. The issue that arose out of all of this was that the hometown fans of Houston started chanting one more three. So let me ask you, if you're a player on this team, no matter what your standing is, whether you're the 12th guy on the bench or you're the number one player on your team, and your entire crowd is screaming one more three, and you find out that it is to set an NBA record for most threes made in the game by a team, what would you do?
What would I do?
What would you specifically do as a player if you were in these shoes? You could make one more three, and it would set the NBA record for most threes in a game.
Well, is my team winning the game is the first question I'm going to ask.
You're up by at least 25 points.
Yeah, then I'm okay with it.
You're okay with going for the record?
Yeah.
You're not? Okay. So you asked me that because you wouldn't want to force up a three if it's
exactly.
a 1 point game.
If my team is close, even if it's if it's anything under 10 points, if it's not a double-digit lead, I'm not in that mentality of go ahead and shoot it. But being that it was such a big lead, I have no problem with it. Go ahead, chuck up as many as you want. Chuck up 50 of them. If we're up 25 points and the game's out of hand, I'm okay with it. If you want to have a little fun and do something a little different and, I'm beyond okay with it. Are you okay with it?
I'm fine with it. But I'm fine with it if I'm on the team for Houston. If I'm Golden State, I'm not enjoying this. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's fun. I don't think any of that is enjoyable. So really, what I'm trying to get at is the actual handling of Golden State, because I liked what he did. And pretty much what happened was it was in the final 2 minutes of the game when this chant started getting really serious, and Golden State and Mark Jackson, their head coach, ex-New York Knicks point guard, or ex-Indiana Pacer point guard, I believe he even played for the Knicks for a while as well, if I remember correctly. Mark Jackson, tough-nosed man. He's a guy that is not going to just lay down and take it. So he told his players, start fouling. Under 2 minutes, and an intentional foul puts guy on the line. And he ran the risk of fouling out guys. One of his players actually got ejected from the game because he got pump faked into the air, and instead of letting the guy get the shot off, reached backwards while he was in the air and grabbed the guy by the jersey and yanked him down while he was in the air.
So he couldn't shoot a three.
Refused to let them shoot another three-point shot. They were inbounding the ball and fouling them at half court.
And see, I'm 100% okay with that as well. Because if I'm getting, pardon my language, but my ass kicked, and I'm out on that court, or my team is out on that court if I'm coaching, I'm telling them, listen, they can have a layup, they can have a dunk, but I don't want to see them shoot a three. Nobody gets a three-pointer now. No more soup for you. We're done. We're done getting embarrassed, and we're sure as hell not going to get embarrassed and give up records by doing it either.
Yeah. I mean, you're in Houston, so I get the crowd and the chanting one more three. I'd be pretty pissed if I was the home team and my home crowd was chanting for the road team to do that. But I think what Mark Jackson did is a sign of why, since he's been the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, this team is an above 500 team, and they're slowly bringing in talent so that they can actually compete in the West. And I mean literally compete, not just like, make the playoffs and get eliminated. I mean this.
Yeah, actually compete.
And I know you know your 90s basketball as well as I do. Mark Jackson was the same way on the basketball court. Yeah. He would fight with you. He'd elbow. He wouldn't take no shit from anybody. And that's what made him the kind of point guard he was. So with what he did last night as a coach and what he told his players to do, I love it. I freaking love it.
See, I like it from both angles. If I'm the coach that's up 25 points, I'm telling them to launch. I'm telling them go for the record, especially if we're close to the record. Go ahead, go for it. We're up 25. You want to shoot it? You got an open shot? Take it. And on the other side, again, I'm completely okay with the coach on the other side saying, listen, no more threes. They've hit enough of them tonight. We're getting beat anyway. We're not letting them set a record in the process.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with both sides. I really am. 100%.
You know what? And I also, and I mean, that's the thing. Houston was just on fire, dude. They just couldn't miss. Jeremy Lin hits 5 3-pointers. You get 4 more from Chandler Parsons and James Harden. But I can't lie. My third favorite part about this whole thing, because my first favorite part is what Mark Jackson did as a coach with Golden State. My second favorite part is the players on Houston trying to get the record for their hometown fans. But my third favorite part about this is Houston hits 23 3-pointers, and they do it without their best 3-point shooter playing.
Yeah.
You gotta love that. Like, you just can't, you can't even make that up. Like, oh, our best 3-point, that'd be like Boston doing this or Miami doing this with Ray Allen on the team, but Ray Allen didn't play the whole game. You just wouldn't believe that took place. You'd be like, no freaking way. Like, you couldn't make this kind of stuff up.